unchristian language. Excuse my unchristian face. I am so pleased and honored and pissed off at myself on one hand because shit, this fine video has been up here for how many days? God only knows, assuming it exists. There's got to be a mechanism that I don't know about that I can be alerted when somebody responds to my silly ass videos.
I think there is.
But they're not so silly, I don't think. Anyway, I am disappointed that I did not find these videos, these responses, these quality responses sooner.
I have a little bit of a problem with that statement. Now, I don't know if this is just the way you are, or if it's the way I take you, because I'm not aware if you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, but I have an illness called Asperger's syndrome. I'll call it that. I don't like calling it an illness. And yeah, I find that it does affect the way that I look at people. So I don't know if this is just how I take you, but I find that statement a little sarcastic. That's the one issue I have. But I don't know, like I said, maybe that's just the way you come across to me, or I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
But anyway, enough of that. Let me, I'm privileged to respond to some of your thoughts. I'm privileged that you share your thoughts with me. Very exciting. And, on one hand, I don't want to be a burden and a nuisance, dragging you into my personal contemplations of these matters of reality.
Well, I think that's one of the main reasons YouTube is here, to give people like you and myself a chance to tell people what we think and what we believe. So, I don't think you're being a burden.
Let me start by saying, on one hand, of course, it is plausible, and it's plausible that
I don't think those are my words, but
an amoeba on a cold rock, so to speak. And of course, I make these quote encouragements unquote about what I think I see about who you are, and I don't.
I'm curious to see. I don't think you've ever actually spoken about it. I'd like to see what you do see when you look at me. Do you see someone who is opinionated? Do you see someone who is maybe a bit delusioned? Do you see simply an atheist? Or do you look at me from a human perspective and choose not to label me with atheist or any other label for that matter?
No squat. That's the truth. I sit here and say to you, hey, what did I say?
I can't remember.
It's real late in my world. I appreciate your patience.
It's quite late here actually as well.
I sit there and say
1:30 in the morning.
My privilege to encourage you, or my privilege to share with you that you are saved. And so anyway, the point is, I don't know if you're saved. I don't know that God exists. I don't know hardly anything. I can't trust my mind. I could be crazy. I can't trust my experience. You know, shit. Maybe I've got learned memories.
No, I don't think anyone can really trust their experiences because, as real they seem to us, how do we know that that isn't just simply that wasn't just simply a figment of our imagination? How do we know that it's not us that's maybe when maybe it was just a dream that felt incredibly real, that maybe we want to think was real, or I don't know, maybe it's just something that we would like to think happened. Because I tend to find that a lot of people's memories of these experiences tend to be quite vague. There's not many detailed descriptions of religious experiences, or supernatural experiences, I'll call them. But yeah, we can't really know. I guess it really has to come from your heart. If you think it was real, then I guess it's real to you. But then we can't always trust our emotions either. I mean, God, if every time I had a feeling about something and I trusted that, I'd have made so many mistakes. You just can't trust. I personally can't trust my emotions, at least. So.
Who knows? Um, a lot of smart people have had various religious experiences.
I'm glad you used air quotes on the word clever, because it's all very well to have a high IQ, but who really is to say whether someone is intelligent or not? I think that is because one person's perspective of intelligent and another's are most likely not the same. So I really don't know. I mean, I think Richard Dawkins is a very clever man. Most theists do not. So you see my point.
Contradictory experiences, very vivid and full for them, I'm sure. And hey, yeah, my quote, religious experience is very full, very exciting, breathtakingly exciting. But so what? Can I trust that? Can I absolutely say that I know what spiritual reality is, that I know that God exists? No, I cannot. It is obvious that God, if he exists, is in some ways hiding. Okay?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is one of the arguments I've always had. If God really existed, surely he'd want to make himself known, and he makes no effort to whatsoever. Well, that's strictly perhaps not true. I know a lot of Christians that say that they see God every day. No, they say they see God when they look into the clouds and see the birds. They see God when the sun shines, when it rains. When I see that, I see rain and sunshine. I personally don't see God anywhere, which is another reason why I don't believe. But what I see doesn't really matter. I'm going to end this video now as it's come to an end. I didn't want to do a video response in this manner, but I've just got such a short-term memory. I'm not even going to try to watch your video and then remember what you said. I suppose I can't keep doing this for my entire YouTube videos. I'm going to have to start making notes. But I'll finish on your video, and then after that I won't do so many video responses, hopefully. So see, I'm sure you have, and I usually get emails when I get video responses myself, but maybe you don't.